Potatoes are not only perfect for making beef stews and salads, that is main dishes and side dishes. They are perfect for cooking some delicious breakfast potatoes, that is 𝗟𝗚𝗔𝗃 potatoes, which are absolutely easy to cook, take few minutes of your time, and are super filling and delicious. Potatoes are the key ingredient in this recipe, so you're going to peel around 7 to 8 potatoes, slice into pieces just like this, ready for your recipe. Then you're going to wash several times so that you can get rid of the excess starch. Soak the potatoes in water so that they don't oxidize. Then you're going to be placing a pot with water over high flame. Wait for around 2 minutes for the water to come to a boil. So we are going to be blanching our potatoes for around 2 minutes at most. So now, because the water is ready, I'm going to use my skimmer. This is a very huge pot for the recipe. You can find a smaller one. I happen not to have small pots, so I'm going to carefully place in the potatoes in the water, add in a teaspoon of salt, which is going to season the potatoes as the blanching. Blanching is the process of partially cooking your food halfway. So just keep on checking so that the potatoes don't overcook. I'm going to grab a pan. Ready for cooking. Two minutes in, this is how your potatoes are going to be looking. As you can see, they're not overcooked. So now I'm going to put out the flames. Then in a pan of a medium flame, you're going to add in 2 to 3 tablespoons of cooking oil. Wait for around a minute for the oil to get hot. I'm going to drain my potatoes using my skimmer and transfer into my bowl. Once the oil is ready, you're going to carefully drop in your potatoes. Toss your potatoes a little bit. Then you're going to be adding in a little bit more salt to fully season your potatoes. As the potatoes are frying, the salt is going to melt in, so they're going to be well seasoned. If you notice that your cooking oil is not enough for shallow frying, you can add in a tablespoon or 2 of more cooking oil so that you can fry your potatoes until crispy. While your potatoes are frying, you're going to prep up lots of red onions. We have chives, which you can substitute with coriander. I have unsalted butter for the recipe and black pepper, which we are going to add in a touch to add in some more flavor to our 𝗟𝗚𝗔𝗃 potatoes. When it comes to butter, if you're going to be using salted butter, check the seasoning first before adding in your butter so that you don't over season your potatoes. I'm going to toss my potatoes a little bit. If you are afraid of tossing, you can use your skimmer, which is going to help you flip the potatoes so that they can fry on all sides. The cooking time for your potatoes is going to depend on how thin or how thick you cut your potatoes. So just keep on checking so that the potatoes can fry until crispy on the outside and tender on the inside. Also, if you're going to be cooking lots of breakfast potatoes, you can switch from shallow frying to deep frying, which is going to be very convenient for you because the deep frying process is going to be quick and efficient. My potatoes are almost ready and we're getting a nice, gorgeous golden brown color. I have a plate lined with kitchen paper towel for draining off the excess oil from the potatoes once ready. So I'm going to switch to my skimmer. You're going to scoop out your potatoes and place on your plate. The skimmer also is going to help you drain off the excess oil from the potatoes. The potatoes are going to soak in most of the oil, so don't add in any more oil in the pan because you're going to be adding in some butter. So now, using the same cooking oil, I'm going to add in my onions. Careful. Reduce the flame to low so that the onions can slowly cook. And I'm going to be adding in a teaspoon of salt, which is going to drain water from the onions. Hence, they are going to soften up very fast. Also, I'm going to be adding in a tablespoon of butter. And as you can see, I've chopped up my onions into half moons. So they're going to be looking so good once the breakfast potatoes are ready. So I'm going to add in some black pepper at this point. Let the black pepper cook together with the onions as they're softening up and caramelizing. That is releasing their natural sugars, so the onions are going to get sweet. It's going to take you around 5 minutes to cook your onions until they're caramelized. So just be patient because all that flavor is going to seep into the lioness potatoes once the potatoes are ready. I always have some black pepper in the house because it's quite versatile. As you can see, you can add into a breakfast recipe, a brunch recipe, lunch, or even dinner. Or you can even sprinkle in some salad and it's going to be absolutely amazing. So it's a spice that you can't miss out having in your kitchen. Keep watch over your onions as they're cooking. That is, don't leave your onions and go do something else because 5 minutes is a lot of time for cooking your onions, because most likely the onions are going to have a darkish color. For the past few recipes, I've been garnishing my food with chives, and someone asked in the comment section, what is chives? So chives is a green herb from the onion family. That is garlic, leek, and spring onions, and it's mostly used as a garnisher. It's very thin, grass-like, but with a mild onion flavor. Now I'm going to place back my potatoes in the pan, toss together with the caramelized onions. Remember, you're cooking over low flame, so don't use high flame once you add in your potatoes because the onions are going to burn. I'm going to toss. If you're not a pro in tossing, you can use a spatula to stir in and let all the flavors combine. You're going to check the seasoning. If it's not perfect, you're going to be adding in or sprinkling in a little bit of salt or even black pepper. If you're a fan of garlic, that is powdered garlic, you can add in a little bit at this point to add in a nice garlic flavor into the breakfast potatoes. Black pepper is just perfect for me. Garnish with lots of coriander. As for the remaining butter, I'm going to be using, maybe making some scrambled eggs for my breakfast to accompany my lioness potatoes. Just look at that color, it's perfect. So I'm going to toss once more, and as you can see, the onions have a nice golden brown color. Nothing is burnt. The potatoes are very, very tender. Just look at that. This is how my lioness potatoes have turned out. As you can see, the caramelized onions are looking so gorgeous. The potatoes are tender with a very nice buttery taste. I'm even salivating. They're well seasoned and I'm ready to dig in.